You know, I sit around and look at everyone else building these insane builds. They're so detailed and breathtaking. And then I look at my own builds and it feels like there's something wrong with what I make. But seasonal depression has hit me hard. I've become burnt out and drained and sad, and I think I've really lost myself. But it's winter time, Christmas time, you know, I should be happy. Yet seasonal depression can really mess with a person. But you know, I can't change if nothing changes. Even if the winter is hard, spring will come. But for now, let's talk about getting through the winter. Getting through this seasonal depression and how building can really help you through it all. So for today's video, I really want to start working on my base. It's been a while and, you know, I really haven't done anything to it. And, you know, I've been feeling really burnt out and just very sad lately, but I really need to get to working on my base because it's been neglected. So this area right here, I'm deciding to put a 1940s like metro. I'm building a 1940s noir city down here in this cave over here, but I want a really good entrance to it. So, despite the fact that I've said before that my starter base is the entrance, I was wrong and I lied to you. And I really wanted to go for the feel of 1940s, so I looked up a lot of reference images sort of like this, and that's kind of what I'm going to go for this build. But so far for my base, there hasn't been much progress other than this right here is my starter base right here, and then this also is my starter base. This is my storage room that I built 2 episodes ago, so I really like having a storage room except for the fact that look at my shulker! But you know, it just feels like I haven't made really much progress in the coming months, and you know, I really want to start making progress again. And I've been, you know, dealing with a lot of depression lately. You know, it's winter. It's, you know, it gets dark at 5 p.m. So it's like I haven't been feeling good, and I have been feeling very burnt out. And there's just a lot of, you know, things going on in my personal life where it's like, oh. But I'm trying to be very patient with that, and I'm just, you know, just waiting and focus for now on my stupid metro build. Yay! Anyways, let's try to get some of this area like dug out so I can actually start designing and, you know, building.
Charlie went down Park Avenue to the bar, hearing the same old tunes. They watch the stars from afar. They're not sure what to do, not sure what to say. The melody plays back, but the message stays the same.
In the last video I did, I worked on this gigantic Pennywise build for the nether hub. I've seen so many people build out these gigantic nether portals, so I decided to make my own, and this is a gigantic Pennywise! But this is really one of the main things that it's taken me forever to design, and that's why I've neglected my base. But I mean, look at him! He's beautiful! Just don't get up close to him. He looks kind of stupid up close. But I think I was just really tired of seeing everybody build like these insane builds, and I was like, I want one of my own. I want my own gigantic nether portal. So I made my own. And you know what? You shouldn't compare yourself to others, and you know, you shouldn't compare to like your builds to other people's builds, and you know, that can go in life too. You shouldn't compare yourself to other people. But I mean, The fact that I see these giant builds every day, I just, I had to do something big. So I was very proud of that. And if you want to watch that video, it'll be in the description. I feel like for me, the best way for when I'm burnt out and just feeling really depressed is I like to go around other people's bases and get some sort of inspiration for my own builds when I start, trying to get myself to build again. Because when I look around at this is Crazy Pig Carrot's base. He's doing some sort of Japanese temple mixed with like a Tokyo sort of city that he's starting on in his next episode. I really enjoy like the way that everything is like colored and like the way that his use of his block palettes are really nice. That's something that I really struggle with in my own builds, is trying to find a good balance of color and use of blocks, I guess. And I think he's really good with his detailing, and except for this tree right here. It's like a ketchup and mustard tree. What is this, carrots? But I don't know, just something about the fact that I can just, at any time and any given point, when I'm on a server with other people, I feel a lot less lonely when I can go around and look at other people's bases and kind of see the progress that they're doing and the things that they're working on. And, that's why I haven't really done a Forever World series, is just because I feel kind of alone. And, life for me right now has been very lonely. So being on a Minecraft why is he high? Is he high? Being on a Minecraft server with other people has really helped me, feel like, there are people out there who do care about you. And even when you do feel alone and you feel like you have nobody, there are still people out there who do care. And I feel like, playing in a big community-based server like this really has helped me a lot.
So, since Carrots, guys, has done this entire build and I have done no progress, I'm going to blow up this entire base today in this video. So I hope you guys...
How do I get out of here? 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 I thought my storage system was bad, but, look at this. This is horrible! Carrots, you need a storage system. How does this man live? How do I live? You know what? How do I live? Someone else I find a lot of inspiration from when I feel burnt out is my neighbor Carson's base. I mean, just looking around, he does really good realistic builds. Like his use of color and blocks are just like straight insane. Like even just looking at this gas station right here, it's crazy to me. Like I feel like it takes a lot to learn how to, figure out how to do, colors like this and, using them. And I just, that's something that I really want to be able to learn one day when doing my own realistic builds. A lot of people like to compare him to B-dubs. So there's a very much love-hate relationship with B-dubs in this server. And just because you do realistic doesn't mean you're B-dubs. That's his style. Like nobody owns a specific style. It is your own style. And just the fact that, everybody does their own thing. It's not anybody's set style. Really, Carson? This is Carson's own style. Like this is how he, does it. And I really like the way he builds. And is that ancient debris? He's using ancient debris to build. When I think of my own base, I feel like I don't use enough amount of blocks to really convey the color palette well. I think his color palettes are always just really, really well done. And I feel like that's just something I struggle with. And it's a reason I've been burnt out, is because, I look at other people's builds around me and it's like everybody is so good at building, and I look at mine and it's just like, what is this? Sometimes I don't feel good about that, but I like to think that, I'm always up to improve, and I'm always up to use inspiration from other people to help me improve on my building. And really, since it's December and it's really dark out, it's given me a lot of time to think. And I've been thinking about a lot of things. And I like the fact that I've been able to, think things through when it comes to my, Minecraft base and stuff. And when it comes to, my personal life. I feel like you should give yourself to spend some time alone when it comes to thinking about things. Because if you spend your time, distracting yourself with other people or other things, it doesn't give you time to think. And so I've used this time to really think about how I want to do my base. And I've used this, silence and time to really reflect on, what I want to do. Because I feel like a lot of, the stuff I do, the stuff I struggle with is the fact that when I build things like this, like my abandoned city, It feels as almost like I'm a printer, like I'm a 3D printer, if that makes sense. Like I just build it just to build it, and then that's it. That's the point of the build. And I don't want that. I don't want my builds to feel like I'm just building it and it just looks good and that's the whole build. I want it to be, I want it to have a use. I want there to be a reason for my builds. And so that's why I feel like with this Metro build, it really needs to have a use and it really needs to feel like it's lived in. So that's why I'm using a lot of inspiration from other people to help me get an idea, to help me grasp the idea of how to really make my builds feel lived in, and to really use a better color palette when it comes to, you know, building things and making them really stand out. For the past few days, I really haven't been feeling great, like at all. And I'm telling you, man, it's that seasonal depression. It's killing me. And I've been really struggling to get on recently, but for a while now, I've really wanted to, you know, build out some more trees, I guess, for this area, because it feels kind of empty. I feel like I want more of like a forest going on around here, and right now it doesn't really reflect that. You know, when I play Minecraft, it's a really good way to help me escape and, you know, feel better, I guess, you know, mentally. I feel like sometimes building can really be a therapy to, you know, a lot of people. And I feel like if you are going through something the way I'm going through something, you should really try building in Minecraft. It gives you like a really nice, you know, peace of mind and silence. You don't have to think about anything. All you gotta do is just, you know, place a bunch of blocks around. So after a few like hours of building everything out, I mean, I really like how it ended up turning out. This is like, you know, I'm trying to do trees around here. I'm trying to make it look like a forest. I'm trying to make it more greener, I guess, if that's the example. I just really like, you know, how it ended up turning out. And I think it feels more, I guess, busy instead of empty. Because I felt like before it felt very empty. You know, obviously the only problem here is I haven't done my portal yet. And there's still like a few little details that I'll probably do. Like I would love to do an abandoned car right here. What we really need to do, and for a while I've been putting it off, is work on the metro station. We have all the materials, we have the thing like, you know, mined out. So I think let's finally start working on building this insane metro station. And it might take a little bit, but I'm very excited to start working on that. You know, for the people who have lost someone, the holidays can really feel cruel. Traditions highlight absence. Familiar songs trigger memories. Even small moments, a meal, a decoration, a scent can open old wounds. Loneliness after loss is being surrounded by the reminders of what is no longer there. And there is space in holiday culture for that kind of quiet pain, because grief really has no holiday off. And that's something that a lot of people struggle with during the seasons, during seasonal depression in December and January. When it's dark, you're just reminded of what once was. So, you know, it's like, how do you deal with these feelings? Me, myself, I can't really say exactly how to get through it, but I know that Just trying to surround yourself with things that make you happy, like Minecraft, like music, like games, like movies. Those little things really matter.
Out tonight. Let my memories spill across the carpet floor.
Why is there like an empty gap in between these buildings? Like what? It's just empty. It's like I'm gonna build here, I'm gonna build here, and it's like somebody took out a building completely, just like a chunk of a building, and said, you know what? No. What is this? A and C? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There you go. C and A, like a digital circuit. I am such a nerd. What does this even sell? Tough? Tough. Is it just tough? So it's 3 floors of nothing and it's just tough. So it's just a tough store. Why is it called C and A? Why isn't it not called like tough and tough? Tough and tougher. Okay, so we are about halfway through this build. As you can see so far, it's really giving like a 1940s like abandoned train station look. That's kind of the goal for it. This is kind of like, you know, what it's gonna end up looking like. I did all the little miniature details and I did this like bridge to like get over to the other side over here. So like the staircase right here. And then there's a room in here that's completely empty, which is what I want to use for like this like big area with like a dome up here. As you can see, I kind of mined it out already. A big dome, and this area is going to be my sugarcane farm, and I want to do a pumpkin and melon farm here eventually. The rest of the build is going to be, I'm going to build a giant metro train right here. I feel like, you know, this being empty is kind of just like so boring, there's nothing here. And here I want to do like a tunnel, so I want to fill this whole thing with black concrete and then black glass, so that it gives like a fog effect of like a tunnel. So that's the goal for this side. And then obviously the last thing is, if the stupid gas would move out of my way, is the giant dome in here. This giant dome, this dome thing. It's gonna look a lot like this, but like in the form of a dome. I really need to finish this build, because if I don't finish it, you know, it's never gonna be done. Obviously that makes no sense as a phrase, but like I'm gonna procrastinate it. I'm never gonna do it. And, you know, seasonal depression has really hit me, so I feel like I haven't really been wanting to work on it. But, you know, now I need to work on it. Now's the time to get it done. We need to get this done, and this done, and then the entire build is all done. So you're probably wondering, what is this giant weird building I'm in? This building, I found out the other day, is like it's like a collection of books for like each member to write like different quotes in, or like, you know, things they want to say. So I made my own little spot right here. I want to write 2 different quotes, and I want you to kind of sit with them and kind of think about them and see if they resonate with you, because I feel like these really resonate with me. That quote is, "I was a smudge of ink on your page. You were the title of my novel." I found this quote earlier today. I think it really resonates me a lot, because there are people in your life who, they mean everything to you. To them, you're really a smudge of ink on their page of their entire novel. I think that quote really resonates with me for, you know, a lot of people in my life. I feel like I'm a smudge of ink. The next thing I want to write is, how much more time should we waste living apart when we both know we wanted to be together? And I'm gonna put this book back, so for the next time I make a video, I'll write there again. And now that we're done with that, let's get right back to building.
Hello folks, we are the Overalls.
Okay, finally the metro is done, and I mean, just looking at this, I just love how it turned out. I love this little tunnel that just goes into nothingness. It's so creepy looking. The metro here, this metro train, it was designed by Tommy Tomato. I don't know how to exactly say his name. His name is Tomato Tommy, but he designed this train and he said I could use it. So this is the metro train that's going to be in here. I wanted a way, originally also I wanted a way to get over here, and I had a bridge here, and it just looked horrible. So that's why there's a staircase, and then also I put glass here, so I can just walk like right here. And then this big dome in here. I didn't know what to do with this for a while. I was really like, you know, kind of just confused and like just trying to figure out what I should do for this. But I think I decided that I should make this my sugarcane farm. So in here, I don't have sugarcane right now because I just built it. But this really took a lot of time and motivation to really get myself to, you know, finish working on, because I feel like, you know, I've been such in this just big rut for so long. But, you know, eventually, even when you're in a rut and things feel like tough, you know, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, except for this tunnel. But, you know, the last major thing I really want to mention is the fact that on top of this burnout and seasonal depression, I look at my YouTube channel and I see it's not doing too well. I mean, I just started posting, and it's like, you know, you see all these people posting and, you know, doing things. You feel like, you know, why aren't my videos doing well? My first video did good, and then the rest of it started to dwindle. And it's like for a while I felt like I should really just give up. But, you know, the thing I've learned in the past few months is, you know, some things really take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of patience, and a lot of understanding. And, you know, you felt like you were at the bottom of the staircase. Eventually you'll get to the top. You know, eventually your hard work will pay off if you give yourself time to really work on it and try. And, you know, never give up. You really should never give up on, you know, the things that you want to do in life and work on, whether that's never giving up on a person, giving up on YouTube, giving up on a job. Never give up on anything. And for me, I'm never going to give up on people in my life that I want to stay in my life. And I'm never going to give up on my YouTube channel, even when things get hard, even when if I were to get stuck in this staircase in this exact spot that I'm stuck in right here, and it feels like I can't move forward. And sometimes I fall down the staircase a little bit, I'm even lower than I was before. But eventually the journey, you'll end up here at the top and things will be okay. Even if my views aren't doing the best, I know one day that they probably will if I'm consistent and I keep trying. It sounds cliche and stupid, but it really is true. I mean, for, like I said, a lot of things, like, you know, for example, like, you know, you have a person in your life who feels like they need to push you away. Just if you consistently be patient with them and continue to try to talk to them and be understanding, you know, eventually I know that things will work out with them. Just try, just keep trying, and just don't give up. You know, you have a job you really want, and, you know, you've been applying. You want to be an editor, a video editor. You keep applying to places. Nobody's hiring you. It could take years. You could apply for years, and, you know, magically you get the job. And it's the best job you've ever gotten. Good things really do take time. And for my video, if you stuck to the end of it, you know, again, good things take time. You would have never got this advice from me if you didn't stick till the end. But, you know, I really appreciate the fact that you took the time to sit here and, you know, listen to me yap about my struggles and, you know, how to give advice on them, and, you know, just watch me build. I appreciate that a lot, and it means a lot to me, and it would be nice if you subscribed. And if you want to see more videos like this, you know where to find me. It was nice having you around. Thank you for watching. My name's Oscarcantbuild. And in the next episode, we're going to blow up this record store. Yay!